See, at one time, this is Black Light again. At one time, our women, when they had a baby, when they was getting, pregnant, they was 9 months and getting ready to drop that load. We had midwives. We didn't take our babies to the hospital. They put the name in the Bible or something, the baby's name in the Bible. And when we named the babies, though, we named them after the slave master. Now, the sisters try to be creative and give them an African sounding name, like Moesha or Shantika, but you don't know what it means. See, when we gave names, it had a meaning, and most of the time it was connected to the Most High. But we would give them a slave master's name, Tony or Joe Washington or Joe Brown or something. But we didn't take him to the hospital. We had him at the house, through a midwife. And then we started taking them to the hospital, to the white man's hospital, because we did have black hospitals also at one time. But they started dwindling away, and we started taking them to the white man's hospital. And when we took him to his hospital, he gave you a birth certificate. Then eventually, you had to give him a Social Security card. Now how a baby doing with a Social Security card? He can't work or nothing. But you're signing him over to the white man. That Social Security number makes him his property. Makes the baby, boy or girl, their property. And the black woman did that. She got a birth certificate from the hospital, from the doctor, just like the white women. And now you have to go to, if you want to get a duplicate birth certificate, you got to pay to get a birth certificate of your baby. Why is that? Then you give him a Social Security card. The baby ain't working nowhere, but he got a Social Security number. He can't have no benefits until he start a job. Once he start a job, that's when the Social Security kick in, right? And he might not never get a job, but he got a Social Security number, so he's locked in the system. Our women doing this, Then they take a dude down to court if he don't pay, or some child support. They take him to court, locking him in the system again. You locked in the system. The courts control your children now, control your family. They can take them away if they want to, or whatever, if you ain't doing right. They can send the sheriff out there, the state out there, if some allegations come up on you at the neighbors report, the courts can come and take your baby away. Family courts, Y'all doing this, black woman. Instead of staying within your community, you had to reach out to the white man and his system. Now he locking you in, making money off of you. Soon as you had that birth certificate, that's like a money. That's a certificate to claim you. A bond goes on that, and he sells your future earnings all over the planet. That's how they borrow the money from the Federal Reserve. And then the Federal Reserve make you pay income tax through that Social Security number, and then you be done spent $2 or $3 million, especially if you get a job when you're young and work past retirement. You be done earned $1 million. Then you got insurance. That's some more money coming out your money, you know, and you don't get that back till you die. You can't do nothing with it, but your children might can do something with it. But you locked in the system. You locking your own self in the system. Then you sign up to go to public schools. You're locking yourself further in the system. You buy a house, you got to pay property tax on it. You're locking yourself up because you just really paying rent. First of all, you're paying a mortgage. Then once you get that mortgage paid off, you still got to pay rent. See how they all in your pockets. Then you got to pay light and gas. See how they all in your pockets. You got to buy some food. Now, if you was to grow that food in your backyard, all you got to do is spend money on some seeds, or save your seeds and then plant it in. You ain't got to go to the supermarket. But you know they got you locked in, thinking you know that you got to go to the supermarket. You know. Then you gotta buy you a car every year, you know, or a used car or something, and it breaks down. You gotta get out. You gotta get it financed, locking. That's some more of your money. By the time they get through digging in your pockets, you just got enough money to buy for a bottle of wine. You know, some dope. You got, let me get high, man. You know. And then those of you who think that, well, I'm going to sell some dope to my people. You still got to do the same thing that the working man do. You got to pay the piper, man. You just making a little more money than him. But you still, you know, locked in the system. And they could bust you anytime they get ready. This is Black Light Out.